Good day, awesome YouTubers. It is Lollyman16 here for another Dragon Ball Super episode review. This is episode 54, and the title in English is Inheritor of Saiyan Blood, Trunks' Resolve. This one, I found this one to be quite interesting actually, in the middle portions and in the final portions of the episode, with quite some good action sequences at the end, and some interesting plot points revealed in this episode. So let's get right into it. We start off with the episode of Future Trunks. He's basically flying over what looks like to be a lake, and what happens here is he is doing his well, actually he doesn't say it, but we see some clips of him like almost kind of in a dream state. He's fighting Black in a dream state. He thrusts the sword at him, but it's to no avail. Black transports behind him and he blasts him, and he gets out of that dream state. Mai and Shu are actually there watching him, and Shu actually says to Mai, like, he's doing what they call image training. This is very interesting because we haven't seen any image training since Dragon Ball Z. To my knowledge, the last time we ever saw image training was when Gohan and Krillin were training for Planet Namek on their journey there. I found it interesting it's a good thing they brought it back to show that they can still do image training. So after this is another kind of comical scene with Pilaf, and in Capsule Corp, Dr. Brief says, we only have like just 1 million more pieces to the time fluid and the time machine. A funny little comedic sequence with Bulma and Pilaf. Pilaf wants to use the time machine for his own purposes, basically, and it's kind of a funny little moment. After this, we skip ahead to Zamasu and Gowasu, and it's kind of a strange sequence there. They talk a bit. Of course, Zamasu is handing out Gowasu the tea, and basically Gowasu says, like, oh, your tea isn't as good as you used to be. So basically, it's kind of implying here that either, obviously, well, okay, in Herm's translations, Herm from Kanzenshuu, give him all the support. He does all these translations, of course. He says that basically, well, either you're turning evil or the leaves are bad. And throughout this entire episode, I kind of get the feeling that it really is Zamasu who's going to be Black, because we get another revelation later on in the episode. But anyway, continuing with this scene, we skip ahead to some race on planet Babari, some random planet basically, and they're kind of fighting, and Zamasu is telling to Gowasu, like, we should just destroy them. They're beating each other up for no reason, and Gowasu's like, well, we can't do that because that's the god of destruction. That's the Hakaishin, their role in the universe. That's what they do. So Gowasu basically tells Zamasu that they should go back 1,000 years into the past to see what happened, or excuse me, 1,000 years into the future of planet Babari, to check out what happens. And so they do this. They do this, but Zamasu doesn't really have any. So okay, and I'm getting ahead of myself. Zamasu and Gowasu go to the planet Babari, and then they're going to use their rings for teleportation to go 1,000 years into the future. But of course, Zamasu doesn't really have any training and experience with them. So Gowasu explains, you can't. Okay, here's a kind of a pretty important plot point here that Gowasu says. Gowasu says to Zamasu, and this is all from the translations, that you can't use the time rings to change the past. You can just check out the future. Remember that. They already said this in a previous episode. I believe it's episode 50. I'm pretty sure it was episode 50 where Whis explained you can't go into the past. You can only check out the future with the time rings. So another big plot point revealed is here that Zamatsu gets his it's official pair of Batara earrings now. The ones he was wearing before, those orange ones he was wearing, I think it was orange anyway. They were just regular earrings, just normal, just regular old earrings. But now Gowasu gives him basically his own Batara earring set. So now he's a full Kaioshin. So that's good. I guess I didn't know that you had to have the Batara earrings to become a Kaioshin. I guess because the Kais in Universe 7, like Supreme Kai, Elder Kai, they have all the Patara earrings, and so Zamasu gets his self. So, after this whole scene, we get a sequence with Future Trunks and Vegeta, and they're going to be training. They're somewhere in a forest, so I think it's just some random forest, really, and they're training here, and what happens is Trunks basically, there's a flashback sequence where Trunks is training in the hyperbolic time chamber or the room of spirit and time, whichever one you want to call it. He's training with Vegeta. This is back in the Cell arc, and Vegeta shows off his ascended Super Saiyan, or I think it's the grade 3 form or the grade 4. Can't remember exactly. No, I think it's the Super Saiyan grade 3 form. His bulky form. He powers up to that form, and then after this, Future Trunks and Vegeta go at it. But Future Trunks transforms into Super Saiyan 3, or excuse me, Super Saiyan 2. I'm sorry, and he asks Vegeta basically, just go Super Saiyan 3, just go SS3 right now. But of course, Vegeta laughs at this. He laughs hysterically, and his eyes start to glow blue, and then bam, just big explosion. Vegeta goes Super Saiyan Blue, full on power, and Trunks, of course, does not know this. He doesn't know what the power is. Vegeta tells Trunks this is Super Saiyan Blue. Another good thing to note here is that Trunks can't Ki no Kanjanai or something along those lines. Trunks cannot sense Vegeta's ki because it's God ki, obviously, and he's a immortal. So, of course, he can't do that. A very interesting thing here. After this, Trunks powers up some more, right? He's in Super Saiyan 2. He powers up, and he gets into his bulky form, like the big hair and the big bulky form, just like in the Cell games, Cell arc, that kind of thing. I don't know why he's using this form now that he has Super Saiyan 2, SS2. I guess he just thinks he can just completely overpower him. That's all. But anyway, so he sees Vegeta in Super Saiyan Blue, and he notices, well, if Vegeta can do it, then Goku can do it too. And he thinks that if they both use this form, there's no way they can't beat Black. And he says to himself, like, well, I don't need to get any stronger because Vegeta and Goku are already so powerful. But then they kind of go at it. Vegeta, he flies toward him. They hit a couple rounds. Trunks hits him a couple of times, but Vegeta blocks it pretty easily. Vegeta, I think what he does is, like, he grabs Trunks' head and slams it to the ground, throws him through quite a bit of forest and then into a rocky mountain, and that's it. I mean, Trunks he goes out of Super Saiyan. He's in his base form, and so basically, Trunks, he's kind of on the ground, like, oh, I can't do anything. But then Vegeta actually grabs him, and he's like, you're an inheritor of Saiyan blood, and you're my son and stuff, and you should keep fighting. I mean, your ultimate goal is to fight Black, isn't it? And that kind of thing. So it's quite a good emotional moment here, and that's pretty much it of the episode. A small sequence with Lord Beerus back at his home planet. I forgot to mention to you guys, there was a scene where after the image training in the previous portion of the episode, Whis, Goku, and Lord Beerus crash into the ground because Goku and Beerus were making too much noise and Whis can't concentrate. So anyway, they eat, and Whis and Beerus go back to the home planet, and while they're there, Whis is making some dinner, it seems like. The staff or at least Whis' staff, which is like leaning against the wall, it starts to blink, and Lord Beerus picks up the staff actually, and it's Lord Zeno. It's Lord Zeno. This is going to be interesting. Lord Zeno calls and he says he wants to meet Son Goku, and that's where we leave the episode off, guys. Next episode we are going to get some more interesting things because it seems like Goku is meeting Lord Zeno again, the king of everything again, and we see some new. It almost looks like a new Kai. I don't know who this person is, but it almost looks like Goku is going to engage in combat with him. I'm not sure if this is true, but it's going to be definitely going to be interesting. So overall, that was the episode. I thought it was kind of slow paced in the beginning, but it really picked up, and there was some really interesting plot points in the middle. I definitely have the hunch now that Zamasu really is going to be black because of the whole earring thing. I also forgot to mention that in that sequence, Zamasu takes off both earrings and then he only puts one Potara earring on, just like Black. So I have the very big suspicion that he really is black, and that's what a lot of people are thinking. I don't know how he's going to control Goku, or he's going to transform into Goku or something like that. I still don't know. My initial guess is that he's going to take over the dead body of Goku. That's just what I think. But we'll just have to wait to see. And I thought the Vegeta Trunks stuff was pretty cool. Trunks using the bulk form again, that was pretty awesome. But yeah, other than that, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this review of Dragon Ball Super. See you guys next week for episode 55. Stay awesome and have a good one.